Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed. Today I want to introduce you to a brand new collection of mattresses from GhostBed. Now, if you don't know GhostBed, this is a very well-established mattress company. They were founded almost 25 years ago, back in 2001, and the GhostBed brand was one of the very first direct-to-consumer mattress brands. It was actually established before many of the other brands that you hear about today, like Casper, Nectar, Purple, and so forth. Now, like many online brands, GhostBed started with one model and then added new mattresses more opportunistically as they saw the consumer need for different types of products. And one thing to know is that as the demand for the GhostBed brand has grown over time, people have started to come to expect to be able to find GhostBed products in local stores. So the good news is that GhostBed is now selling products to retailers so that you can now find GhostBed products in your local stores, in addition to be able to buy them online from GhostBed. Now, you may find that the products in the local stores have different names than the ones that you find on GhostBed's website, but what I can tell you is that these two lines are very similar. They're going to have very comparable prices, features, and softness feel choices. But what's exciting about the collection I'm going to show you today is that this is the first time they kind of started with a blank sheet of paper and thought through a collection holistically from the ground up. And they added to it some really new and interesting features. Now, in terms of the common features across this new line, I think of it having kind of three key themes. Number one is that all of these models use gel memory foam. And you're gonna see an increasing amount of that as you step up through the line. You're gonna get more gel memory foam, as well as more of that memory feel, as well as more of those pressure relieving benefits that memory foam is really known for. Number two is cooling. Cooling is going to be present in all of these models, and these cooling features are particularly designed to make sure you stay cool for that critical period while you're trying to fall asleep. You're going to start with, at the entry level, what they call polyethylene fibers in the cover of the mattress, which are essentially a higher density yarn that have kind of an inherent coolness to them. And then as you step up, you're going to get a higher concentration of that polyethylene fiber in that cover fabric in each level of the collection. In fact, in the top of the line, you're going to get to what they call Ghost Ice, which is essentially their most robust family of cooling features, all kind of collected together. It's going to include the highest concentration of that higher density yarn, but also below that, you're going to get a layer of aerated memory foam. It's a patented aerated memory foam. It's got essentially holes punched through it to allow maximum airflow through that memory foam layer, and on top of it has phase change material on top of that, which adds even more cooling capacity to that layer of the foam and to the mattress overall. And the third common feature is zoning, and this is what they call ProCore. And this is probably the most unique feature because we've talked about zoning in other videos where really the key purpose is to provide extra support in this middle third of the mattress, which is supporting your hips, which is where, for all of us, is the heaviest part of our body. That is the case here as well, but what's different is a couple things. Number one is that instead of the zoning coming in the support layer, it's coming in the comfort layers, where it's up closer to your body. What they've done is essentially inserted a layer that has essentially a firmer, higher density foam in that center third and softer foams on the outer thirds, so that your shoulders, let's say when you're lying on your side, can get a little more conformance while your hips get less, and while your hips are more supported because there's more weight there. So this is incredibly demonstrable and very noticeable. In many cases, the zoning that we've shown you in mattresses is very subtle. It'd be hard to kind of pick up on the differences between the zone sections. And that's not to say that you're not still getting benefit from that zoning, but here it's very noticeable, particularly when you get to the top of the line in this collection, because the amount of zoning you're going to get will again increase as you step up through this line. And when you get to the top, it's what they call ProCore Elite. This is an incredibly demonstrable, very noticeable difference in terms of the amount of firmness that you're getting in the center third versus the kind of head and foot of the mattress. And that's going to allow, again, for the most support for your heaviest parts, as well as maximum conformance for convex parts like your shoulders and so forth. So those are the three core features that run through this brand new line from GhostBed. The other thing I want to point out about it is that they've structured it with 3 levels, and at each level they've got a choice of an all foam construction or a hybrid construction with springs for the support layer. And what they've done in terms of the feels is they've kept most of the feels in sort of what we would consider close to that medium part of the softness spectrum. What I think is interesting about that for you as a consumer is that no matter whether you want to be in a foam or a hybrid option or at which level of the collection you want to be at, you're going to be able to find something that's close to the medium's level of softness, which is where most people are going to want to end up. So you've got a lot of good choices, in other words, no matter where you want to be in this collection. So there you have it. That's just a quick rundown of the brand new collection of mattresses from GhostBed. Till next time, I hope you sleep well.